Hi guys, we are in the second class by Edmodo. Okay, we are in page 28 of the book Internal Forces of Relief, and we are going to talk about the continental drift. And what is about the continental drift? Well, according to the theory of continental drift, a single supercontinent called Pangea, which is this one, Pangea, broke up to form smaller continents. Okay, so this was Pangea, only one continent, and suddenly broke out and formed Laurasia and Gondwana. And afterwards, we have the planet Earth as we have nowadays. But why did the ancient continents, move out? Well, there is a reason. The reason is called the tectonic plates. And what are the tectonic plates? Well, you are able to see all those purple lines. Those purple lines divides the different tectonic plates which is composed the Earth. So there are lots of them. We are, for instance, in the Eurasian plate, which is a tectonic plate, the Eurasian plate. Alright, so what happens with the tectonic plates? Well, the Earth's crust is divided into great blocks. Those blocks are what we call tectonic plates, and those tectonic plates used to move apart or even against each other. So they crashed among themselves. They used to crash. So what happens? Well, let's see this drawing. You have one tectonic plate on this part and another tectonic plate on this other part. And if both of them crash among themselves, one could go up and the other one could go down. You can see it on this scheme on this drawing also. One go up and one another goes down, and below them there is the mantle with magma. But you see, the Earth's internal forces works continually, are in a constant movement, and this movement and these pressures, these forces, makes the plates moving away. Okay, and those plates move at a speed of 2 to 10 centimeters a year. So those forces you can see. The crust is the part on the top of the image, and the rest is the mantle. You can see in the mantle all the forces, the gases, the strength, the magma which goes up, makes the pressure on the crust, and then what they do is moving the different plates. So now I'm going to show you a video explaining the way those plates are moving. You can see under the crust there are forces. The magma makes pressure under the crust, and this makes the crust is separating into plates that are moving, and some plates, as you can see, moves down one another and the other moves up. So all places are moving constantly because of these internal forces. You can see now that one plate is going into one another, and the fact is that this movement makes the rocks which are below the crust, they are melting, and the melt makes that goes up to the surface of the Earth, trespassing the crust and creating volcanoes. Okay, the volcanoes are creating because of the pressure of the mantle, because of the movements of the plates, of the tectonic plates. This is unbelievable. Okay, so let's go to another subject. Right, so you can see that below the Iberian Peninsula we have a little separation which is called a fold. A fold separates two plates. We are in the Eurasian plate, and we are separated from the African plate, and is passing through the Gibraltar Strait and the southern part of Spain. Is interesting to know that. Okay, consequently, as a result of the movement of the Earth's mantle, the Earth's crust is under continuous pressure near the boundaries of the tectonic plates. So, this causes what we call faults and faults. Faults and faults. Faults and faults. And what are the faults? Well, faults is kind of that. A fault in a towel are created when the rock is not too rigid and not too hard to bend. So whenever a rock is not too hard and not too rigid, that is what happens. They are created faults. Okay, faults. But what happens when the rock is much more rigid and much more hard? Well, that are faults what are created. Faults like that. The Earth's crust sometimes breaks when the rock is extremely rigid, and this is what happens. This causes a fault, and land is pushed upwards or downwards. Okay, you can see in this image a fault, and another one in this other. This is a very large fault which crosses a continent. This is seen from this space. So you have to differentiate between a fault, which is this one, a fault, which is this, and a fold. A fold. This is a fold, this is a fault. This is a fault, and this is a fold. In a fold, the rock is not so rigid, and in a fault is too hard, it's too rigid. Because of that, it's broke out. Alright, and as I said previously, the boundaries of the tectonic plates is the weakest part of the crust, of the Earth's crust. And these parts are where they are created another kind of relief, which are the volcanoes. The volcanoes used to be located nearby the boundaries of all that tectonic plates, and in the boundaries on the continents. So we have volcanoes like this and volcano like this. As I said previously, volcanoes are created because of the pressure two different plates makes among them against each other. Okay, and that pressure, imagine one in this image, one plate goes down to another and the other goes up to another. So the one who goes down makes a pressure in the mantle. In the mantle, the rocks melt and makes a pressure under the crust, and the crust is broken, and then suddenly is created a volcano like this one. Okay, so volcanoes like this or like this used to be nearby a boundary of a tectonic plate. This is the case of a volcano and the parts of which compose a volcano. These are the parts of which a volcano is made of. Well, we have the volcano. We have the magma chamber, which is where the magma is located. The pipe is this corridor where the magma goes up. The vent is like the mouth where the magma is go out, and the crater is the depression the magma makes up in the top of the mountain, which is created because of the magma chamber and the pressures. Okay, so we have the magma chamber, which is this. The pipe, which is a corridor across the magma, goes up. The vent is the mouth of the volcano, and the crater is the depression the magma has made. Alright, so well, it's very simple. Volcanoes has the same structure always. the magma chamber, the pipe, the vent, and the crater. The crater is the most visual part of a volcano and is the most peculiar. I want you to see the same video we have seen previously. This one. This is the video when it explains properly how a volcano is made. So you see the Earth, this is a volcano, and you see the two plates again. And one plate is going down the other. What makes that? Well, what makes it that the rock is melting because of the pressure, the gases, the strength, and the forces which are under the crust. And that makes that the rock is melting, and then the gases drives that melting up, and the volcano is already created. Okay, so it's easy, it's not so complicated. And well, I hope you be aware of how important is this subject, this topic for the term, and I hope you have paying attention for the next day in the class. So we'll see you in the next classroom, and if you have any doubt, if you have any question, you only have to ask me anything. So I'm in this position of answering that. So best wishes, and we'll see you in the next class. See you.